Do you consider Greenville to be an innovative community?
We're more innovative than some of our peers in this state as a collection of people, but perhaps not as innovative as in Austin or wherever Stanford happens to be this year.
I feel like we're a low risk. We like to see things done, and then we maybe pull from that.
Government needs to be innovative. Education needs to be innovative. Nonprofits need to be innovative.
I don't think you can have one without the other. You have to have strong arts community for quality of life and education if you're going to get that entrepreneur on here.
Challenges are for government to be innovative. You have to have public endorsement, have that dialogue and conversation with your community ongoing, similar to the Momentum Series.
The county is reflective of the people who elect the government. If you don't have a innovative county council, one has to ask how innovative are the people who keep electing these individuals time after time after time.
So if we had some ways of innovating the way for people to participate, where it's not having to always raise your hand to volunteer, X number of hours to be on board, that would be cool.
I think an innovative government is one that encourages its citizens to be innovative as well.
The process of critical thinking and problem solving and creativity is given short shrift.
Diverse community also helps because we do learn from each other and from experiences, not just coming from Greenville. I mean, we do look to other communities. We've mimicked it with art festivals and other things, but being able to appreciate other cultures and embrace that here in Greenville and being able to have open dialogue and conversation with folks from other places, I think is important in helping create innovation.
I think the electorate probably is somehow reticent and not tolerant of something that takes a long time, or the opportunity for something not to succeed. So I think that notion of the tolerance and the time frame that it really takes has to be understood in order to kind of couch a feeling of innovation.
But if people are actively seeking to undermine your innovativeness, you have some options. One of which is, the failure wasn't mine, it was the environment that I'm in, so I'm going to move elsewhere. In which case, you end up with an environment that is depleted of people who want to be innovative.
We've seen a lot of innovation in the past with Greenville. There was innovation in the late 60s, early 70s when we built McAllister Square, and the mall took all of the stores in downtown Greenville and killed downtown Greenville for a while. So that innovation was not necessarily very good for all of the area.
2025 was based on getting beyond the city limits of Greenville and looking at the region and the upstate region as a whole. And if we sit on our laurels and say these were wonderful successes and we're great, and we don't continue to endure that, make that an enduring pattern, and I think there's resistance to that, to going beyond downtown.
Health and our hospital systems, I think that's incredibly important that we discuss innovation in those areas. More about just growth or building.
One thing that stands out that I think we're doing right is the current collaboration between education and business is tying in some of the research facilities at Clemson and South Carolina with independent private business.
About innovation, then if the problem exists, there's a difference in perception to most communities about access. There has not been a responsiveness to why does this thing exist and what can we do to change it.
Russell, I think one group that has not been mentioned up there as far as innovation, and that's the churches. I think our churches have stepped up and have, whatever the word is, broken out of the box. I mean, from contemporary services, I mean, it's such a variety. I think the mega churches in our area have reached out to a lot of the young people, and I think they've probably changed. The institution that never changed has probably changed more in the last 20 years than any other institution we've got.
We do not have an incubation center anywhere in the upstate. I mean, yes, InnoVenture is kind of falls in that area somewhat. Next does to a degree, but we don't have any true incubators. And yet, I forget the number, how many they are nationwide. They're all over the country. And the question for me is, why haven't we developed a true incubation center? I mean, how are we incubating innovation and creativity? That's something that we don't have a center, a place to go that people can learn that kind of information.
The thing I think we should all be focused on, and this is going to sound a little over the top, of course, I'll explain it, is wealth creation. Wealth creation is the #1 thing that funds innovation in any city. New York, San Francisco, Chicago, Charleston, Raleigh, you name it. If you create wealth, you're investing in your assets. And that includes the poor and the underprivileged, because that is an enormous potential of value creation if you can educate those people. It solves all the problems that you were just mentioning that can come in the next 15 to 20 years.
I have a dream today